We begin in St. John's, where the mayor has just declared a state of emergency. A major blizzard is slamming the region, and as you can see, there's very little visibility on the roads due to all that blowing snow. The forecast suggests these treacherous conditions won't be letting up anytime soon. The CBC's Kayla Hounsell is braving the outdoors for us today, as she has been all morning. She joins us live from St. John's. Kayla, thanks for being there for us. What is the situation there like right now?
Hi, John. Well, as you said, the mayor of St. John's has declared a state of emergency. That state of emergency is in effect immediately and until further notice. And what that means is that all businesses have been ordered to shut down. All vehicles other than emergency vehicles have been ordered off the road. So in that statement from the city of St. John's, they actually say no vehicles are permitted to use city streets. Plows will continue, but otherwise the city of St. John's urging people stay home. Do not drive until this state of emergency has been lifted. I mean, you can see the conditions. It is a complete blizzard whiteout situation. It has been progressively getting worse throughout the morning, which is as it was forecast to do. The snow is coming down very heavy, very quickly. The wind has been intensifying all morning long. I mean, it's just the kind that's hitting you in the face as I'm here trying to speak to you. You can probably hear it's taking my breath away a little bit. So that you know our situation, the CBC has also pulled all of its crews off the road. So we're just here at our hotel, just outside of our hotel, to bring you this story in the safest way possible. Again, the city is shut down. Schools were closed. City buses were pulled off the roads long before the state of emergency went into effect. Government buildings also closed for the day. Of course, ferry service has been stopped and flights grounded. Air Canada sent extra flights in last night to get people out ahead of the storm. But if you didn't manage to get out, it looks like we're going to be here for a while. Officials really asking for patience, urging people to understand that this is not just this one very bad storm, which is very bad, a nasty one, even by Newfoundland standards, but that there have been multiple storms, one on top of another, very recently, which means they haven't been able to get ahead of the snow clearing. So this is going to take some time, certainly throughout the weekend, even after this weather stops, which is supposed to continue into tomorrow at least, but really looking at least Monday before this province is back up and running, John.
Thanks for this, Kayla. CBC's Kayla Hounsell in St. John's, Newfoundland. Well, for more on how the city is coping, we are joined now by a man who's very busy, and we appreciate his time today, the Mayor of St. John's, Danny Breen. Thanks for joining us, sir. As Kayla was saying, you've just declared a state of emergency in your city. Why did you do that?
Well, this is a very unique situation that we have. We had a tremendous amount of snow underground. We had about 170 centimeters. Because we have back-to-back storms and snowfalls, we weren't able to get the amount of removal and pushback and widening of streets done that we normally would have had done, and sidewalk clearing. So we have a situation with 70 centimeters of snow coming. It was just going to be, it's going to have a tremendous cleanup. And on top of that, the combination of a heavy snow and a heavy rate of snow, along with very high wind levels, added a level of danger to this that we wanted to make sure that we just were able to keep the emergency routes open, do as much plowing and clearing of sidewalks and streets that we could, and be able to clean up after the storm.
You mentioned the element of danger. What is the message that you want your residents to hear loud and clear with you imposing this state of emergency?
We want everybody to stay home. We want everybody to stay safe. If you have neighbors that you know that may need some assistance, reach out to them if you can, just to make sure everything is okay. And we just want to be able to weather the storm, so to speak. One of the things that the wind levels are going to be increasing, and with that there's always a concern for power outages and those things. So the city has our staff, our necessary staff, on standby to deal with any of the further actions that may happen as a result of this storm.
Just to not put too fine a point on it, but that person who says, you know what, I just want to get some milk, I just want to get some eggs, I'm just going to the store, it's just around the corner, what would you advise that person to do who might be thinking of taking a calculated risk under these circumstances?
I would advise them to stay home because the state of emergency order is closing all businesses in the city, so they're not going to be able to go to the store. They're not going to be able to go out to do any of those things. Additionally, if they just decide that they want to go out, I would strongly recommend they stay home. The winds are going to be high. The visibility is very poor. It's just better for everyone and safer if people just stay at home and wait for the storm to subside.
Have you had a chance to gauge how people are feeling about all this? What are you hearing from them, and what are their concerns with this storm?
Well, we're used to having snow, or we're not used to having this much snow this early, and we're certainly not used to having a combination of 70 centimeters of snow and very high winds. So people understand. They understand what the challenges are. But still, there's going to be a very, very significant cleanup, not only for the city, but for private businesses and for private homeowners into the next few days. So this is a major storm, and people are very concerned about it.
You say the next few days, and I understand that the state of emergency is in effect until further notice. How long do you think folks are going to have to hunker down?
I have no idea right now. It depends when the storm subsides, and it depends on how much snow is on the ground when we're completed, and how we can get the city open again. But we will have it in place until we're satisfied that we can return to normal operations here.
So worth emphasizing, even though it may have stopped snowing in a day or two, it could be several more days, as I understand what you're saying, before streets are safe for people to go out again.
We are going to take whatever time we need here to make sure that the streets are open and that we're able to get back to normal operations.
Mayor Breen, I understand, of course, you're a busy man these days. Thanks for taking the time out to talk to us. Best of luck with you and your community, and we'll be staying in touch throughout the weekend. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, all the best. Mayor Danny Breen speaking to us live from St. John's, Newfoundland.